The recording to kick off. We're recording. Excellent. All right. Thank you for those of you who come along live. The rest of you watching the recording. This is the first one of these, so I'm winging this in a big way, and it'll be kind of a tester. See how it works. So the 30-day challenge, the first one for Brojo, is kicking off today, and we will hold on a second. There we go. We will be just covering how it's going to run in this call. This will be the introductory call. In this call, I'm also going to let you know what the first challenge is going to be. And that'll give me a sense of how many people actually watch the call. I'm going to mention that at the end. Cool. So let's go through it. And then for those of you who come along live, I can answer any questions or anything. It's going to be pretty simple, provided I can figure out the tech. So now I'm going to show you this. The sharing screen. All right, that actually worked. Okay, so I've got a little handout here for you guys that there's a PDF. I've attached it to one of the posts that you guys can download this, but it's pretty simple. So the 30-day challenge, that is for the duration of October, is about building a quality social circle, whatever that means for you guys. Okay, so it's going to run to the 30th of October. I don't know, I think October has 31 days. It's all right. We'll be all right. It's open to everybody. It's free to join. There's no conditions or requirements for joining. However, I do recommend the Building Rapport course because that's going to be most aligned to this challenge. So if you already have that course, great. I'm going to be referencing certain videos and exercises in the course throughout the challenge. If you don't have the course, it's on sale this month for just $30. So you can get that in the Brojo classroom if you want that one. Again, this is the first time we've ever done one of these, so it's going to be a learning experience, and we'll get some ideas for how to keep improving these over time, but I want to make them a regular event so that being part of Brojo is more than just chatting and watching courses. Cool. So there's a method, there's some rules, and then there's some prices. So participating is pretty easy. You basically just have to exist, log into school, and follow the posts and instructions that'll come up each week. All right, that's it. You're not going to get like notified by email of every post that comes out. I don't want to spam the fuck out of people. So try to log in at least once every couple of days to check what post is pinned to the top of the newsfeed, because that's where the latest challenge will be. Okay. So yeah, every few days there will be a challenge posted in the group, pinned to the top of the feed until the next challenge comes up. In that will be instructions on how to complete the activity, as well as how to prove that you completed the activity. I'm going to try and make this as practical and measurable as possible, which is pretty hard online, but that's the challenge for me. While you guys are doing this challenge, I'm doing the challenge of running the challenge. All right. As soon as you complete any of the tasks anywhere at any time, you'll be automatically registered as being part of the competition. And then each week I will do a live Q&A call where we'll review progress. I'll help people with sticking points, answer questions, give tips, and share the updated leaderboard. Okay. So the rules. Basically, every person can be as involved as they want to be. You choose your level of engagement. I was originally going to do like a Squid Games thing where people get eliminated if they don't win or participate, but that doesn't really work. And we need a lot of people to have to eliminate people like that. I'd rather everyone gets a chance to finish the whole thing anyway. So you can participate as much as you feel like it. When you prove that you've completed one of the activities, you will be rewarded points. The activities will have different points ratings depending on how difficult they are or how time intensive they are, that kind of thing. Some of them you'll be able to repeatedly do over and over and score more points. There might be actions where you can do one thing again and again and again, so long as you prove it each time. The difficulty or the discomfort level should escalate as the month grows. However, it's going to be different for each of you. Some of these things are stuff that some of you will be comfortable with and others will be terrified of, and then I'll mix and match depending on who you are. But generally, what I'm looking for is a theme where we start very light, very easy, and then by the end of the month, we're doing quite brave things. I will be trying to set up the challenges where you will actually determine the specifics of the activity yourself, because it has to be something that actually benefits your social life and fits in with where you're at, but is also something that's comparable with others and what they're doing. So, for example, if I might say for you to reach out to an old friend and re-engage contact, and you might share like a screenshot of you doing that with the names blurred out, something like that. Now, for some of you, that might be really hard, and for others, that might be really easy. In which case, I'd always be challenging you to, do it to the comfort level you can handle. If you're going to choose that friend to reach out to, choose the one that doesn't make you panic, but is also a bit of a push for you. All right. And that will be where you decide what happens with the activity. All right. You're not just going to do stuff because everyone else is doing it. I'm not going to say, go and approach 5 strangers, because that might not be where you're at. But I might say, approach someone new that would challenge you. And then you would decide who that person is. Right. I haven't actually mapped out all of the challenges yet, because I'm going to feel it as we go. I'm going to be like 1 week ahead. And as I see how you guys go, I might adjust the upcoming challenges based on what I'm seeing. You can also score points for supporting the other people. All right, they would call them bonus points. Just encouraging them in the comments section or anything else. Surprise me, anything where you make it easier for them to succeed in what they're doing. Any kind of support, I want to recognize that as well, because I want these challenges to be kind of like a fun but friendly competition. You're actually trying to help each other out. And you don't need points to behave like this, but we're going to add them anyway, just to kind of incentivize people in the right direction. Bear in mind, there's kind of a meta challenge, or a meta opportunity, I should say, here, and that this is a social challenge. You guys could socialize with each other, right? Throwing that out there. Some of these challenges could be you communicating with each other in the group. If, for example, it says, have a 1 hour call with someone new, it could be someone in this group. It could be a video call, right? There's no rules where it says, you have to go and find weird strangers to do this with. Like, if you find someone in the group appealing, then I'd actually be happy if you do all these challenges with each other, frankly. If you're looking to build a good social circle, it's probably a pretty rich hunting ground. But I want to reward people for supporting each other. At the end, I'm going to add up all the scores, and we'll recognize the winners. However, we've made it a point to say it here. You should really be doing this for yourself, your own development. The prizes are like a bonus or just something to make this more fun and competitive. But the real purpose of this is to give you skills and improve your quality of life. Like, I hope you actually end up with a better social life at the end of this, right? And I think that should be the goal, or at least even the internal, like becoming better at socializing, more confident socially. That's the real prize. If you achieve that, you're not going to care about whether you win the other prizes. That being said, got some pretty good prizes going. At least I think so, because I am them. The grand prize is 4 private coaching sessions with me. It's valued at about $2,600, plus 3 months of Brotherhood membership. If you're already in the Brotherhood, that means 3 months of not having to pay for it. Okay. That's the grand prize. So you're looking at a fair bit of coaching and brotherly support after the boost of 1 month of going hard. So you can imagine, if you've won it, you've already done a lot of activity to boost your social life, and then this would help, really accelerate those gains. Second place, 1 session with me and 2 months Brotherhood. Third place is 2 months Brotherhood. I'm going to do a People's Choice Award. I have no fucking idea how I'm going to measure this, but we'll figure that out. I want to try and like maybe get you guys to choose someone who hasn't won one of the top prizes as your kind of favorite person, and they'll get a T-shirt. And then basically, there's going to be a prize anybody who participates at all. Or it's, what did I put here? Does at least 50% of the tasks. We'll get discounts on Brotherhood if they want to join that, and free copies of all of my books. Okay. So there's at least something for everyone. Going with the modern day culture of getting prizes for participation. I'm actually a fan of that, so that's all good. So that's generally the challenge. This will make a lot more sense once you see the activities. If you just show up to Brojo, read the posts, I will try to make the actions and the points and everything as clear as I possibly can. Oh, did that turn off sharing screen? Did it? Okay. All right. Totally didn't actually mean to do that, but that's fine. So that is the 30-day challenge. The first challenge, I'm going to post the recording of this video. That should be a post by itself. You got to comment in the comments what your goal for the challenge is. Some of you actually already done this in some of the prep posts, so that counts. What I think I already ranked. So you get 5 points for doing that. So you put your goal, just what you hope to get out of this challenge, what a success would mean to you. And I recommend you try to keep it sort of uncomfortable but realistic. All right. If you put like in, 30 days, I'll find the love of my life and develop a great social circle from nothing. Well, it'd be great if you could do that. I think something more realistic would be I'll have, introduced myself to X number of people and put 3 activities in my calendar every week that help me meet people. Something more like that. Something that would be progress towards it, measurable actions. Some of you might have goals that are internal. I'll overcome my fear of approaching a stranger, or I'll stop resisting compliments, or I'll confront my mother. There might be other like very specific things you want to have done within the month. Whatever it is, it's your choice. You won't be held to account to it, but it will help give you a guiding system. It might also help you choose which of the challenges are actually worth doing, and there might be others you want to skip because they don't relate. Or you might want to adjust the challenges to suit what you're working on. I'll try to word the challenges in such a way that somebody can steer them towards their goal. They're not going to be so specific that they only apply to certain people. Cool. A lot of the proving that you've done something will be about commenting and posting in the group. Okay. In fact, it'll all be about that. But sometimes I'm going to be relying on your honesty. You'll be telling us about a thing you did, and I'm going to go with the benefit of the doubt assumption that none of you are going to lie when you report your results. All right. That's about it. I don't know how many people are going to be involved in this thing. About 15 or more people have actively said they will be. I'm sure there's some lurkers trying to wait and see what it's going to look like. While I made this a competition, this is not about trying to prove yourself to anybody. This is not really a contest. The only person you're really going up against is your own fears, your own social anxieties, procrastination, whatever it is that stops you having already done this on your own, essentially. For some of you, you've actually been working on this really hard on your own. You're trying your best. And so hopefully some of the challenges will prompt you to try things that you didn't think to try, or to try new things that add some spice to what you're already doing, or help consolidate stuff that is working for you and recognize and validate the stuff that you should keep doing that maybe takes a bit longer before it bears fruit. Yeah. So I'm going to try and make sure that every challenge I put in here is something that I've validated over the years to be a very effective thing to do to build social confidence and quality, authentic connections. But there's always more stuff. There's always better ideas. And I'm always open to people suggesting things that have worked well for them, that they think the group would benefit from, etc. right? Cool. Well, I think that's going to be about it. So I'm just looking at my other screen here. Yep. So first challenge, comment with your main goal. And then on Friday, I'm going to drop the next challenge. Be every couple of days. I think every day would be a bit much. So every couple of days, there'll be a new challenge. Some of them might actually take a little while to set yourself up and make a time to do it. So I'll spread them out accordingly. But you should be looking at good sort of 10 to 15 challenges by the end of the month, some of which will be repeated actions that you do with, more than once. All right. That's us. Thank you guys so much for coming along. And we'll see how it goes as it goes. All right. Cheers, guys. Catch you later.
Thanks, Dan.